Go ahead and give us the intro when you are ready, Jeff.
Oh, no. I think it should come from Ivan.
Okay.
This ought to be good.
Okay.
This ought to be good.
Drugs are bad, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and moms and dads, here we are once again at the news of the square. And of course, coming to you here now with Mr. Jeff Stein. Yay! And Mr. Mike Edmund. Yay!
Oh, Ivan.
Okay.
He's our intern.
That's right. Mike.
Yeah, no.
Yay! Okay. 3/4 of it was bad. Okay?
Why are you upgrading? See, this is what happens when we do the show when Ivan's high, is because Ivan starts basically upgrading the intern over Mike.
Yeah, I got promoted
on the
yeah.
show.
Who's gonna?
You know,
some got a promotion.
Whoops.
you know,
Some habits hard to break.
along with Captain Ding Dong and Mr. Ho Ho. You know,
Okay. What? Just because we like stuff wrapped up in aluminum doesn't make us weird.
What? I don't want to know. Do we really want to know? I don't think we want to know. All right. Oh wait. Well, I know what we do want to know. We had a bet on News of the Square on Squares to Round Table, right? What? Okay, Ivan. What are we eating? Hey! Let's just start there. What do we eating?
Someone's got the munchies.
Yeah. Somebody's got the munchies.
Spin the wheel of munchies.
Yes. Oh my God, we need a wheel of munchies. Oh my God, we need that.
Well, dudes, I finally found, or actually Julie finally found, the blueberry Pop Tarts without the frosting on the tops.
Oh, I don't know what.
Yeah, that's not.
No, you need that frosting, man.
Oh man,
come on, man. This
is disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
Pop Tarts is a good snack. It's good munchie.
Yeah, but
and just once in a while, I just want it without.
But do you eat them room temperature or do you toast them?
I eat them at room temperature.
Nah, you gotta toast them, bro.
I'm kidding.
I toast the regular Pop Tarts, but these.
Mike,
first time I've had them tonight.
Mike, why does he need to be? Why do the Pop Tarts need to be toasted if he is?
Touche.
I'm just surprised you didn't get to it first because I'm like, it's so there. I'm like, man, it ain't there.
I don't need to toast these. I got enough toasted me.
Yeah, man, I'm already toasted. I don't need to worry about toppings. I'll just put them in and they'll toast themselves. Hello.
So, yeah, for our crazy stories, go to our Facebook page, Squares Round Table. You can find these crazy stories, just like this one. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Apparently, supply chain...
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Stop. What? So, we're good with blueberry Pop-Tarts with no frosting?
That's kind of...
For him?
Nah.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. It's your
high.
food. It's your food, but I'm slightly disappointed in you.
Yeah.
I'm so ashamed.
You're really not. You don't give a shit. That's right.
You're right. I don't give a shit.
I really just kind of. I don't know. You tell me, Mike. I mean, if I was high, is blueberry? Would that be on the top of your list if you were high, Mike?
Maybe if it had the frosting on top, but Pop Tarts without the frosting on top is just no.
I mean, I would get blueberry cereal because it's real crunchy. Yeah, I would get that.
Dry, cereal. Cereal at night, yeah.
Yeah, dry cereal.
Yep, dry cereal.
Cereal at night. I like the corn pops at night.
I mean, I get you want the sweet, you want the fruit kind of thing going on, but I guess you know what? You're right, Mike. If the frosting was on it, I'd cut them a little bit more slack.
Yeah, but without the frosting, it almost seems like dietary or some kind of like health conscious option.
Yeah, like Yeah, like Ivan's trying to
What
cook
the
cockroach
hell,
while
man?
he's
Like, I was just looking to try something different, man. Wow.
No, it's okay. You're trying
Wow,
to
man.
yeah, you know what the moral of the story is, Ivan? Don't eat during the show.
I get it, but I never listen.
I know.
We know.
Well, we know, which is why
I-
which is why the first part of the show tonight is all right. Ivan got baked, and now we're gonna talk about Ivan's baked goods.
Oh, but I make for entertaining, don't I?
So, all right. So, go ahead, Mike. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Where were we?
Oh yeah, we're still on food. Unsurprisingly, this is from the Wall Street Journal. Apparently, supply chain problems are reaching into a far corner of the business universe. Ketchup packets, like after enduring a year of closures, employee safety fears, and start-stop openings, many American restaurants are now facing a nationwide ketchup shortage. Restaurants are trying to secure the tabletop staple after COVID-19 upended the condiment world order. Managers are using generic versions, pouring out bulk ketchup into individual cups, and hitting the aisles of Costco for substitutes. We've been hunting high and low, said Chris Fusler, owner of Denver-based Blake Street Tavern, who has struggled to keep ketchup in stock for much of this year. The pandemic turned many sit-down restaurants into takeout specialists, making individual ketchup packets the primary condiment currency for both national chains and mom-and-pop restaurants. Now, packet prices are up 13% since last January.
This is probably not a problem in Chicago.
No, not in
Chicago. This is probably not a problem. Well, in fairness, okay, other places, it could still be a problem in Chicago, but not nearly as bad as these other places where they insist on putting ketchup on their hot dogs like a bunch of fucking heathens. You know?
Even fast food giants are pleading for packets. Long John Silver's, a nearly 700-unit chain, had to seek ketchup from secondary suppliers because of the Russian demand. The industry's pandemic shift to packets has pushed up prices, costing the Louisville, Kentucky-based company an extra $500,000, according to executives. And that's the stuff you give out for free. You get people who forget that.
And what happens with the stone people like Ivan that decide that they need vegetables for the day and they're going to slurp down ketchup packets?
What?
Don't tell me you've never. Don't tell me you've never done it. Come on, man. I know you have.
I remember, even before the Rona, I think some restaurants were charging 15 cents or 20 cents for a ketchup packet.
That might be true. I don't think that's just the Chicago area thing. I think
this is nationwide.
They give if they'll or there's somewhere it's okay, 2 packets. If you want more, they'll charge you additional.
Yeah,
they'll charge you additional cost.
All these restaurants, last couple times I've eaten it. I've eaten now twice in a restaurant in the last couple months since all the things have been reopening. Nothing is on the table. Some places won't even give you metal silverware to eat with.
Some places don't even give you a menu.
And if you want ketchup, it comes with you in a little plastic cup or a metal.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
to dip your fries in.
This goes to a couple of levels here, which is one. This all starts with the fact that there's somewhere. There's some really, really poor ass people or some college students who've been hoarding ketchup packets all freaking year because they don't want to go. They don't want to go buy a bottle because that's too expensive. God forbid they don't have $3 for that, but I'll make sure that they have their 20 for smoking a bowl.
Do you have ketchup in your house, Jeff?
You know what? Right now I don't.
I said no.
Right now we don't. Well, in fairness, some of it's
barbecue sauce does not count. It's got to be ketchup.
Yeah, there's some about going to a diner and picking up a glass bottle of ketchup off your table next to the napkin dispenser and tapping the bottom of the bottle to get it onto the plate for your fries.
I mean, well, right.
That's the mustard for the hot dog, going from the mustard from the bottle.
Well, and that's who we should really blame for all this is all those people who insist on using ketchup on hot dogs. This is their fault. This is their fault. Let's just put it where it is. Let's just put this where it is.
No, it's not the global pandemic that's cost the lives of countless people.
No,
it's the hot dog ketchup people.
No, it's the hot dog ketchup people. Exactly. It's well, because, I mean, here, okay, fine. It's the pandemic. And you want to know why they're having trouble in the middle of the pandemic? Because people keep putting ketchup on their hot dogs. And maybe if they didn't put ketchup on their hot dogs, there'd be more ketchup for other things. But no, they keep putting ketchup on their hot dogs. Like a bunch of fucking heathens and little bitches. And now they're going to complain. And now they're not going to have their ketchup. Now what are they going to do now? How are they going to eat their fries now? How are they going to eat their damn hot dogs now? Uh-oh, what are you going to do now? Smart guy.
You put ketchup on your hash browns?
Depends.
Hmm.
It kind of depends.
Yeah.
It really kind of does. It depends on the kind of hash brown.
Okay.
Are we talking like
Potato cake.
is it like a potato cake hash brown? Are we talking like the McDonald's hash brown?
Yeah, kind of like the not the ones that are like you pick it up, but it's like you get a pile of it on your plate and it's kind of seared on either side to almost kind of make a shape.
American fries, man. Yeah, the diner.
Oh, I love American fries.
Oh, I do too, man. I'm crazy about them.
Well, I mean, with the hash browns, it really depends on how well they're cooked. If they're not cooked well all the way through, what I mean by that is they're not. It's kind of like a little too soggy versus crispy, so that you're not getting as much of that crunch.
Right.
Then my reaction is, yeah, you need ketchup, or something. If it's really kind of a little bit more on the crunchy side, I don't know that you need it sometimes. I don't think you need it. I mean, maybe a little salt and pepper or something like that. Or something along those lines. It kind of depends. Again, I mean, I don't want it too crunchy because then it turns into like practically you're like, it turns into basically the burnt stuff, which isn't bad, but then ironically, if it's too crunchy like that, where it's like there's no little like gooey stuff,
and then you're tasting a lot of the grease because it's all
Yeah, then maybe you need the ketchup. But like, I'll be honest, like the home fry version with where it's got like the
little diced little pieces of potato.
Yeah, the diced pieces of potato with like the onions and the green pepper. I don't usually feel like
it's kind of a loose chop across there.
Right, I don't feel like that needs. I'll tell you what that usually needs.
Help, man. That's such a
no, you know what that needs? I'll tell you what that needs, and you're gonna laugh. Which is for me, for something like that, that's salsa. Right there.
Oh, I've done salsa on my American fries, man.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense for that.
That is,
but no,
good.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't have to be flaming hot as long as it's mild, or if you want something with a kick, but definitely the salsa.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I blame the ketchup hot dog people. That's their fault.
Okay.
And, I mean, in fairness, hey, you know what? That maybe everybody's gonna have to carry around a bottle of ketchup or some shit like that. I don't know.
Before we divert,
fanny packs will be back in style again for carrying bottles of condiments.
Yeah, keep your own ketchup packets in your fanny pack.
Hey, you're gonna have condiments and condoms all in the same place.
Oh,
Hello.
there you go.
Oh, baby.
And before we get off the food topic, next week, this year, 420 falls on Taco Tuesday.
Yes, it does. Oh my God!
So there'll be a line at the Taco Bell that day. Ivan's be.
You know what? I'm curious what special promotion they've got in mind for
all the stoners eating Taco Bell on 420.
They're gonna totally take that all the way out. You know that.
Man.
I would imagine White Castle has a special that day. Well, no, it's because it's not tacos, but no, they have tacos, don't they?
I don't know. I don't think White Castle has tacos.
No.
I don't think so.
Whatchamacallit has Burger King has tacos.
I do like White Castle's crinkle cut fries, though.
Oh, the fries are amazing.
Yeah, not bad.
I like them.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my question to you. So McDonald's hash browns or like the Burger King tater tots?
McDonald's.
Really?
Yep. You can pick it up and eat it. You know, the tater, all the little, I guess they just call them tater tots or whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of like
the
tater
hash brown
tots.
kind
Yeah,
of.
they're that. Yeah,
tater tots.
They call them hash browns, but they look like tater tots to me.
Yeah, they're dippable. You know, when I get the French toast sticks, I'll dip the little tater tots in the syrup there.
Really?
Yeah.
The French toast sticks. Now that's something I haven't had in a while.
Yeah, the BK French toast sticks. Yeah.
I miss the Cine Minis. I used to like the Cine Minis with the icing. Those were good.
The Cine Minis were great.
The little mini Cinnabon ones.
Yeah,
yes.
but I think those are gone now. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
No, I haven't seen those around. I haven't seen those around here. No.
I will say that. I will say probably the most bang for the buck that you're gonna. Well, I shouldn't say bang for the buck, but the most, real satisfying of any of the breakfast sandwiches that isn't. I should say between the two of them, because I'll be honest, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Wendy's breakfast. I've tried it a couple times. I'm just not a fan.
Never tried it.
But the steak bagel at McDonald's is wow. Hello.
I agree with you on that, Jeff. Love the steak bagel.
But it's greasy as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
You gotta have like a million.
You can wring it out with a towel.
Yeah, seriously. It's good, but it's like, man, can you guys take the grease level down?
And then my insane self goes ahead, puts the hash brown in with the steak and everything into the bagel.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
That's the way to go, man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Soaks all the grease into it. Yeah, man.
I gotta tell you, I'm surprised McDonald's has never done
really
that, as a food item where it's like the hash brown is in the McMuffin or in the bagel or some shit like that. Because you're not the only one. I do that too sometimes, where it's like, okay, put that in there,
and then it just all at once, man. You're just like,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Now, in fairness, usually that's depending on what it is. Then I need the ketchup. Then I do need the ketchup.
Yeah.
The only other, although I will say, as much as I like the steak bagel, the chicken McGriddles are that's some good eating, and I believe that's 24/7 now. You can get those too.
Yeah, you can get that now for 24/7. Yeah, you're right.
Wow, those are good. All right, sorry about that. All this because I've been smoking a bowl and eating blueberry Pop Tarts without frosting, and we're talking about the heathens who ate too much ketchup on their goddamn hot dogs, and now we have a shortage.
The food edition.
Yeah, see, that's the truth. That's the truth. The Wall Street Journal can't tell you the truth because the ketchup loving world will not admit that they're at fault here. They're just going to blame the pandemic.
They are buying out the people trying to keep that article out of the newspapers.
It's a conspiracy, man.
It's a conspiracy. Total conspiracy.
Yeah.
Those hot dog ketchup people.
Yeah, hot dog ketchup people are the problem.
It's not the QAnon, it's the ketchup on.
These are the same people who put ketchup on a steak too, right? That's got to be the problem too.
Oh no. Hell no. Oh, no. Sacrilege.
Same people. Same people. Same damn people.
Oh, see, on the stage too. See, now they just up the ante a bit now.
You know what? You know what my favorite part is that, like, because there are a lot of Wisconsinites who like to sit there and go, hey, well, I'm going to put ketchup on my hot dog. Would you put it on a brat? Hey, now, you can't do that.
Yeah.
There's the brat bra in front of the BFW every week.
Yeah, you can't do that. See, that's what I need to do.
What?
That's what we need to do. We need to go up to, like, the brat stop and, like, get brats and be like, hey, can I have some ketchup on my brat, and watch them all, their heads
watch
like
them
explode.
run. Watch them scurry.
Yeah. Watch them all. No, not scurry, but they're all going to be like, you need to leave now.
Yeah. if they don't see your Illinois plates first.
Yeah. Do you put ketchup on your egg? On your scrambled egg?
Sometimes, depends. I rather have the cheese than the
Okay. No, but there are some. But then, of course, now if you're talking about the steak and the hot dogs, but you got to talk about the people that put the ketchup on the eggs too.
No, that's the problem.
That's a little bit of salt. I don't put ketchup on my eggs.
Well, that's what cheese is for. That's what cheese is for, my friend.
Well, yeah, yes,
See, that's the problem. That's the real problem with some of these people with the ketchup, which is it becomes a condiment where they just put it on fucking everything. And the reason they put it on fucking everything is they have no fucking taste. They have no taste. It's just fucking American uncouthness. That's what it is. I mean, these are people who will go to a phenomenal steakhouse and you'll get a phenomenal prime steak, and they'll be like, "Wait, man, where's the ketchup? I gotta put it on you, man." What the? Yeah, no.
Okay. You're lucky the chef doesn't have a cleaver with him when you say such a comment.
Yeah.
Okay, blade to the head.
All right. So should we probably get going on? I think we beat this one to death.
No.
We probably should have saved that one for last. That was going to go a while.
Well, you got the editing here as part of the team, so take it up with them.
So we saved this one for News of the Squared because it's kind of a News of the Squared kind of story, even though it's a Squares of the Round Table kind of story too. Bill Murray says he got tricked into starring in a Ghostbusters 2. I joined under false pretenses. So apparently, Bill Murray says he got tricked into it after the studio pitched him and his fellow cast members on an idea that never materialized. The comedian recently discussed the Ghostbusters franchise during a panel at Santa Barbara International Film Festival and noted he was very reluctant and in absolutely no hurry to make the sequel to the original blockbuster from 1984. He says, quote, the only reason anyone would want to make another one was just to make money, and I was probably the most reluctant. Someone outfoxed me anyway. I don't know if Ivan set it up, but they got us all together back in a room, and really we hadn't been together in a room since the movie came out, and it was just really fun to be together. We were really funny together. There were some really wonderful, funny guys and girls. Sigourney and Annie Potts are some really spectacular women and funny as hell. Wow, was he stoned like Ivan? They all got us together because really is a sentence a lot. They all got us together and they pitched us a story idea that was really great. And I thought, holy cow, we can make that work. And apparently. So he agreed based on that pitch to do Ghostbusters 2. The problem is the pitch never materialized, and he says that it ended up not being the story they wrote. It's Vigo. That's what got wrote. They got us into a sequel under false pretenses. Harold had this great idea, but by the time we got to shooting, I showed up on set and went, "What the hell is this? What is this thing?" But we were already shooting it, so we had to figure out how it worked.
Yeah, I think they did the best they could. The actors did the best they could with what he had to work with. But yeah, Ghostbusters 2 is just not good.
Well, the only thing that's interesting is that he does talk a little bit about the upcoming one and says, there was some interesting stuff. And he talks about a couple other things too. And again, this is on the Squares of the Round Table Facebook page. I just thought it was an interesting News of the Squared because it's like I said, that's just crazy. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's not like, they... Well, I know Dan and Harold, they worked hard to try and get that story out, and it never really happened. The thing is that Dan Aykroyd's pitch for Ghostbusters 3 turned into a video game. And if you watch like a YouTube video of the cutscenes where your character that you play in the game is like what they call the rookie, and then you interact with the 4 Ghostbusters in the video game, and you watch all the cutscenes for the game, that was pretty much the story that Dan had planned out for Ghostbusters 3 had it ever happened.
Well, and again. Yeah, again, it'll be interesting because the new one comes out this summer.
In November,
see how that goes. This year. I guess it is this year. It's not in the summer anymore. But we'll see where that all goes. And, it is interesting, though, because it certainly makes a little bit of sense. Because although it isn't, the part that I think that's most interesting is I thought Harold Ramis had more control in these movies than it sounds like he did. So it makes, and I would think that Ivan Reitman too would have been like, wait, this is not a good idea. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, especially after the success of the first Ghostbusters, that they'd have their way with Ghostbusters 2, but maybe the studio had too much pull in the narrative.
Well,
had to make it more kid-friendly.
Maybe. I mean, it just sounds interesting to me because it's like, you would think, I guess I know, Ramis was involved in the writing of the first one, and Ivan Reitman had enough pull even in the 80s to where, whatever he kind of wanted to do, he could kind of do it. So I would think between the two of them, if they wrote something interesting, it's kind of interesting to hear that it sounds like the studio just out and out scrapped it, which is surprising. And what's surprising about it is that you would think that after the success, they'd let them just take the ball and run with it. Because the truth is, maybe if they had, maybe we would have had more Ghostbusters movies in the future. But instead, it was an okay movie. It wasn't great, and most people, it was kind of bad.
Yeah. But most people would agree. I think just about everyone would agree that not as good as the first movie.
Right. And that I think the answer is we all love the characters, we all love the concept, but the movie was not good, and so as a result, we don't get that. So, all right, so Mike, you're starting to add more segments to the show. How dare you? So,
we're gonna try something new. Oh yeah.
I like the idea.
I thought we were trying something new. I haven't spoken a bowl to be a part of the show, but okay.
I do it anyway.
All right, Mike, what we got?
Well, Stanley Kubrick. So from Stanley Kubrick to Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg picks his top 20 favorite films of all time. So let's see if any of Steven Spielberg's favorites are on your favorites list.
Okay.
Okay. Are we picking names or are we just?
No, I'm just going to read this top 20 list and see if you agree with his choices.
And this list is on the Squares of the Roundtable Facebook page. You can check it out and you can take a look at it.
Yeah, the article's on Far Out Magazine from the UK on their website.
Yeah, I will not look at it just so that we can to be able to get a basic reaction to it. So Go ahead.
So we'll start from his number 20 film from in Steven Spielberg's 20 favorite movies. Which is hard to do. I'd have to think about it for a good long time.
I'm assuming, by the way, none of them are Spielberg movies, right?
Let's find out, shall we? No, actually, I don't believe any of these are directed by Steven Spielberg.
I bet
but I'm sure they've been directed by a couple of his friends. So number 20 is Dumbo.
Yeah.
The cartoon version?
Yes, the 1941 animated feature.
Okay.
Number 19 is The Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa, which obviously those old samurai movies is influenced George Lucas into making Star Wars. Number 18 was Tootsie.
Okay.
Number 17 is The Searchers from 1956.
Yes, I've seen this.
Mm-hmm.
Great one.
Number 16 is The Best Years of Our Lives from 1946.
Yes.
I never saw that one. Number 15, Captain's Courageous from 1937.
Yes. Fraser Thomas, Sunday Classics. He used to play that all the time.
Number 14, Citizen Kane. I thought Citizen Kane would have been higher on his list, but
I'm
Wells.
So, Mike, I got to ask you because you and I are a little bit younger than Ivan. Other than Tootsie, there's really, and in fairness, I should have seen Citizen Kane, but other than Tootsie so far, I can't say I've seen any of these movies.
Yeah, these are, like I said, these are. We get into the more modern ones as we get to the top, but these are. All right. Yeah, but these are obviously probably influenced him as a filmmaker. So they're probably in his. So number 13 is Day for Night from 1973.
No.
Okay.
Might be, I don't know. I think it's directed by Francois Truffaut. Although number 12 is the 400 Blows by Francois Truffaut from 1959, so that's another one. Number 11 is The Dark Knight.
Interesting.
There you go.
Wow. That's what number?
Number 11.
Wow. That's
It's big.
Yeah.
That's crazy, impressively surprising.
Yeah.
That there's a superhero movie, especially because Spielberg's not really a superhero movie guy.
No.
That's really impressive. Okay. Forgive me, that's my first wow moment here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 10 is Untouchable from 2011.
Okay.
I'm not seeing that one. That might be some. Number 9, Lawrence of Arabia.
Okay.
That's from 60.
Yeah, 1962. Number 8 is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Obviously, Stanley Kubrick. That's a trip. Yeah, I think that's what the Blade Runner sequel that they were going for. I think what those crazy vast visuals they were going for in that.
Is Green inspired number of it.
Yeah, number 7 is Psycho.
Okay.
The
Sick.
Good Evening. Number 6, War of the Worlds from 1953. Obviously the first film, not the Tom Cruise one. No. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wow,
the first one. You really liked that one.
No, you know what? That makes sense. I remember a quote from Steven Spielberg. I can't remember. It was Spielberg or Lucas, where they really, one of them, and obviously it must be Spielberg, but one of them was really like, this is like the Star Wars for the next generation. And I guess it must have been Spielberg. Now that you say that, it does ring a bell to me. I mean, and in fairness, I do laugh because Guardians to me, talk about. I mean, that's where it's funny.
Guys, I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think it's when you talk about greatest MCU movies of all time, it's funny because that's where the debate starts with, in fairness, that's the sweet spot. That's really the sweet spot of when they really turned the corner.
Was no one thought 10 years ago that a Guardians of the Galaxy movie was going to be as successful as it was.
Well, but I mean, that's kind of where they turned the corner.
A lot of people didn't know. That was from 2014. So, you go back to 2004, before we had, or even, what was it, 2011? Nobody knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were.
Right, but
except
I mean, between that and Winter Soldier, those two movies are the movies that really took the MCU to another level.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, because, and in fairness, Black Panther's the other linchpin movie that took it to another level too.
Yeah.
Those are the three movies that it was like, okay, these movies go beyond the genre. So to hear Spielberg, I mean, like I said, I was shocked by Dark Knight. I'm equally a little bit shocked by. I guess I'm still somewhat shocked here. Okay, go ahead.
Number 4 is a movie called A Guy Named Joe from 1943.
Yes, I know that movie.
Directed by Victor Fleming.
Yes, Victor Fleming. He did a number of directorial great motion pictures, old Hollywood. Right up there with a number of other directors, Minnelli, Kubrick, and countless others. But it's just a guy named Joe. But yes, it's one of those movies right up there with the Maltese Falcon, and kind of that noir type of feel.
Right.
Very. Yeah, if you ever see it, I'm sure it's on YouTube, but catch it.
It's interesting because we're down to the last 2, and there's a lot of movies. Oh, 3. Okay, it's going to be interesting because we're down to 3, and there's some movies I'm like interesting. I haven't heard listed yet.
Right. Number 3 is the other Disney film in his top 20, 1940s Fantasia.
Wow.
Okay.
Absolute.
Hmm.
And
Ivan could watch that movie right now, and he'd be really, really like, "Wow,
Pink elephants, yeah, man.
yeah, man."
well, first off, the Pink Elephants is Dumbo, but
Okay.
I need more blueberry
But there's
Pop
still
Tarts for this, man.
But there is some trippy stuff in Fantasia, though.
Yeah.
Well, the thought it was that it wasn't as much the visual content of the motion picture that Walt Disney was trying to put in. It was the sonic sensibility. It was originally recorded in a thing called Fantasound, which was 9-channel stereo sound, and this is 1940. Okay, and so here he is. He beats the innovation of stereo sound up by 16 years. Back in that time and place, and it's a monumental, landmark in sound when it came to Fantasia. Not to mention the fact that Fantasia also had its fair share of censorship issues. There was a number of cutaways from that motion picture, especially in the Centaur scenes, with the little girls. And they actually had a black girl, which was not quite acceptable, let's say, and it was edited out. And then, of course, there was the other ones that were topless, and those were written out. And but for all of its situation, yes, Fantasia is it was the benchmark film that totally flopped at the box office, and it was Dumbo that basically came and saved Walt Disney's ass. And one more thing about Dumbo, they did it in a year when most feature-length animated cartoons took close to 2.5 to 3 years to make a piece. But they got Dumbo done in 1 year, working overtime to get it produced. That's why it's the darling.
All right, so we're down to the top 2.
All right, number 2, no surprise, The Godfather.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3?
The first one from 1972.
The first one. I had a feeling we're okay.
No. So Steven Spielberg's favorite movie, number 1 on this list, It's a Wonderful Life.
Wow.
By Frank Capra in 1946.
Okay, so this is interesting to what movies weren't on this list.
Yeah, like Casablanca, nothing, no Bogart at all.
No Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars, exactly.
You got Guardians of the Galaxy, but you don't have Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
You got Fantasia and Dumbo, which are still seminal Disney films.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind.
Those two films out of the Disney canon did so many benchmark things for what they were, and at the time,
Snow White. And most people maybe because Snow White was first, maybe. But with Dumbo and Fantasia was so groundbreaking, like you mentioned.
Well, yeah.
I just like I
but
said.
Yeah, there's a lot of films here that like most like your film school graduates would say this is required viewing.
Yeah, like there's a few, there's a few where I'm like, okay, this should be here. I mean, to me, I kind of find it interesting because it's like, and maybe no, I guess I could say it this way. I really kind of think it's a slight to George Lucas.
Hmm.
I mean,
not even Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars.
Well, because keep in mind, Raiders of the Lost Ark he produced with Lucas, so I'm assuming he didn't count that.
Might be a bit of narcissism to put his movie in a top 20 list of his favorites of all time.
Right, I'm assuming that because I noticed that he didn't list anything of his. So, and by the way, well, yeah, E.T. is his too. I was about to say, like, where's E.T.? But yeah, no, duh. I'm trying to think in terms of stuff that were no Gladiator, no Ben-Hur.
Yeah, all the epics.
Morbius.
I don't know. Like I said, I mean, there's just.
Regular.
I mean, I mean, the thing to me that's
Caligula,
interesting is,
come on, dude.
Caligula, yeah. Why don't you just say Beyond the Green Door while you're at
Yeah,
it
exactly.
too?
Debbie Does Dallas.
All right, I was just saying.
I'm upset by the fact that Cannonball Run is not on this list. No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, seriously.
Or none of the great sports epics like the Longest Yard, Rudy. I mean, it was probably my favorite sports movie of all time is probably Rudy.
No Oliver Stone either.
Yeah.
And
Not
her.
one
Born on the
Oliver
4th of
Stone.
July. None of the Platoon.
Not even
Apocalypse Now.
Not even Natural Born Killers.
Easy Rider.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of strange omissions on Steven Spielberg's list, but intriguing.
Well,
Head.
and by the way, no
Come on.
musicals.
Head.
No
the
musicals
movie.
at all.
Head.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant.
Which is funny. No musicals at all, but he's producing West Side Story.
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right. So anyway, this on the Squares of the Roundtable podcast page, we have that. We have all kinds of wild, crazy memes. Like, thank you for ordering your order from our sex shop. You asked for a large red dildo featured on the wall. Please select another product that is our fire extinguisher.
Guys, I this is something I did the other night. And I guess
lit?
this. No, seriously.
Got high?
This is a total, record nerd.
Pop Tarts?
So I'm over here going through a stack of records, and I look on the label, and on the label, sometimes you get the record label, and you see the name of a movie on that label, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wonder what, that movie would have been like. Well, the other night, I was listening to Domenico Modugno, and he did a song called Mafia. And then on the label, it told me the movie that it came from. So I took the liberty of going on YouTube and tracking that movie down. Talk about opening yourself up to a whole different cinematic sensation. It was the most marvelous thing, something I'd never done before. I mean, talking about Spielberg's movies and such. I mean, have you guys ever done that?
Go on YouTube looking for movies? No.
No, I mean, no. Finding them the way I found it, like maybe not through a record, but like maybe through something you've read or something you
song
article.
No, no, I don't.
Yeah,
recall.
you know what? You know what else is not on that list now that I'm thinking about it?
Huh.
No Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, that's Zemeckis. Yeah, or Back to the Future or Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Any of Zemeckis' stuff?
I mean,
Maybe Spielberg's got a beef with Zemeckis. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Also, too, haven't you ever thought maybe he's just a plain old-fashioned, classic movie lover? I mean, maybe he's into noir. Maybe he's into these type of movies. I mean, you have a guy named Joe, and Best Times of Our Lives, which was about a recruit who came home from the war, lost an arm, and he tries to readjust to civilian society. I mean, it's real, it's real dramatic and very engrossing stuff.
I think it's interesting too because it's like what it was Psycho, right? I forget me. I'm gonna get killed on this. That's who is it?
Yeah, that's the famous bathroom scene where
Anthony Perkins.
Right.
Anthony
But that's what Hitchcock, right? That's not
that's
Stephen
Hitchcock.
King.
Yeah.
So you picked one Hitchcock, but there's no Stephen King on this.
Well, okay, and again, I get the feeling he's a classic movie guy because most of the movies he's mentioned
are like from the 30s and 40s, yeah.
40s and 50s, okay? So you have to consider the fact that he is very, classic movie heavy. And then, of course, he also likes the international scene because of the two French movies, the French director,
Well, then why is the Fifth Element not there?
Yeah, well, we could sit here and debate all night as to what movies should have to that whole sensibility. I mean, but
I can make Mike drool. You want me to make Mike drool?
Oh,
you want to make Mike drool? What do you mean? What? How?
Because there is Transformers Come to Life This $700 Optimus Prime does everything, including transform by itself.
What?
Yeah, this was revealed last week at the Hasbro Pulse live event, which kind of takes the place of like having an event unveiling at, say, like either a Comic-Con or a Toy Fair, which is obviously not happening this year. But
so, in what maybe arguably the greatest engineering achievement of our lifetime, consumers can now own Mike is already not impressed, a version of Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobot faction of the Transformers, that does everything, including transform its own from vehicle to biped robot with sound effects and all. The available pre-order for this is $700.
Sold out.
Is it already sold out? I would imagine so. 27 servo motors, making the character animate, responds with iconic booming voice of Optimus Prime from the cartoon series and movie franchise. Yes, they got Peter Cullen to voice the toy. There's an app to use it to remote control it, to have it walk and drive around in truck form. That's awesome. Owners can even use the app to program their own maneuvers to control Optimus in his battles against the evil Megatron. Does that mean they're going to have a Megatron?
I don't know. Well, obviously they can't have a gun, but I mean, Megatron is other forms, like either a jet or a tank or something else.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah,
but probably
like
who knows? I mean, this thing sold out super fast, and this is based on a company that made one of these a couple of years ago.
How tall is it? That's what they don't show.
Does it say? It's based on the picture. It looks like it's maybe about at least a foot tall.
Yeah, it's not okay. So this is not like bigger than life itself. This is like a toy, like a toy.
Well, it's not. I mean, a $700 toy. I mean, that's the.
Could you imagine if you bought one of these and then your kids were like, "I'm gonna play with it and throw it around."
Yeah, and then no.
God.
But
wow,
it's 19 inches.
Damn.
Optimus Prime explodes with this M80 that I'm putting it in. Boom.
Wow.
Oh, God.
19 inches. Wow. That's big.
But the article from CNET.com is on the Squares page, but it has a little animated file of the robot transforming. And 80 sound effects in total, 5,000 components, 60 microchips.
Wow.
And 25 different phrases.
Jeez.
Okay.
And you can tell it to transform and by voice command.
All things being equal, if it wasn't about the money, would you buy it? Yes or no, Mike?
Yes. But I'm not, because $700, like I've got.
Can we get it to say like Pop Tarts without frosting suck?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Ivan Rivera.
And all I ever wanted in my life was a Lenny Welch cherry Pop-Tart poster. Guess what? He actually has got a Kickstarter, I think that just closed a few hours ago, that he's putting out a poster book, and 9 different artists are going to do renderings of the fabulous cherry Pop-Tart character, which also was he was the artist that there was a band called Ponyland, and he ended up illustrating one of the album covers, and so now they're doing a big Kickstarter campaign for pop-up art, pinup art, of cherry Pop-Tart. It's really was quite cool, and I'm thinking all I did was to give $15 and own a cherry Pop-Tart.
But could you
I
put
don't
ketchup
think I've ever
on it?
heard.
No, I would
I
not
don't think
put.
I've ever heard about cherry Pop-Tart.
Well, go ahead and go on the internet and look up cherry Pop-Tart. Very pleasing.
I'm kind of doing that right now. So
Very
somehow
pleasing.
I don't think this is. I don't think this is approved by.
For $700, that Optimus Prime better get me a bottle of ketchup too.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously, it better fire ketchup rockets.
Yeah, exactly.
I better say, yeah, man.
That's right. While Jeff is searching for cherry Pop-Tarts, here's one from... Now, we don't have a Florida man story, but we do have a South Carolina man story.
Okay.
South Carolina golfers consult the rule book after one of their balls lands squarely on an alligator's back. So, from Ocady, South Carolina, in golf, everyone's heard of a hole-in-one, but what about a gator-in-one? David Kasinowitz of Ocady, South Carolina, was golfing with his family on March 5th when he found himself in quite the predicament. His shot landed squarely on the back of a nearby alligator.
Oh, what happened next?
So most golfers might play it as it lies, but Rule 16.2a of the official U.S. Golf Association rules gave Kasinowitz a pass. According to the rules, players are allowed to take a relief on their ball by dropping a new one in a safe and reasonable location for the next shot without taking a stroke penalty if they are interfered by an abnormal course condition or a dangerous animal condition. That's in the actual rule book.
Wow, amazing.
So his daughter, Christine Robinson...
Would Ivan count as... would Ivan smoking a bowl count as a dangerous animal?
Yeah, what if the ball lands on a Pop-Tart?
Yeah, man.
With no frosting.
Yeah, I got my cherry Pop-Tart for you right here. I'm going to pop it.
I'll let Optimus Prime put it in the green for me.
Yep, and it's going to shoot ketchup packets everywhere.
Ketchup packets. While Steven Spielberg is watching It's a Wonderful Life. You can't just buy all the ketchup and Mr. Potter.
Yeah, because he's not fucking watching Star Wars. That's for fucking sure.
Oh.
I want to see somebody actually see if it was a Florida man. See, this is why it's a South Carolina man story, because he took the drop and knew the rules. Yeah. The Florida man were trying to shoot it off. Try to play it off the gator.
You must have got the ball stuck on one of his scales because it ain't going nowhere. The floor. Yeah. You see, the gator's in different poses here, so it must be stuck on his back.
Hell no.
Hold on, hold my beer. I'm going to take the shot. I'm hold that gator down. There, get over this water hazard once and for all.
Come on over,
hey,
hold this your tail while I get my ball.
Hey, Floyd. Hey, Floyd. Get him by the mouth, and you. Hey, Tater. Yeah. Get him by the tail. Now, hold him there. Now, why do you keep moving? I'm trying to shoot this ball off this goddamn gator.
Because I can't get the tail to stay still, balls.
By the way, when we're done, we're gonna go to Jones Good Ass Barbecue and Foot Massage when this is over, because we're gonna fucking need it.
Oh, I like the foot massage.
Good Lord. By the way, I think there should really be a rule. It's like, if you shoot the ball onto a gator and it sticks, like drinks are on everyone else for like a month. Or you should get free golf from the course for a year.
Yeah,
or something like that. You know.
Yeah, we've only got a couple of stories left. Jeff, do you want to take this one? The sports we've got our news of the sports usually once a week. Now this
I think
technically golf is sports, but this is another news of the sports story.
Okay, or do you want to hit the other one?
All right, I'll do that one first.
You want to do the sports one first? Let's do the sports.
Yeah, do the sports one first. Yeah.
That'll give me time to go find some chic shit.
Okay.
All
right. Chic shit.
All right.
What's that? So apparently, White Sox. Oh, hold on a second. I love when they do pop-ups of stuff, and it's like, I didn't ask you for that. Shut up. Go away. So apparently, the White Sox have a pitcher by the name of Liam Hendriks, and he consults tarot card reader after blown save believes White Sox are pressing too much.
Look into my crystal ball.
That's a little different. I think that's Snake Charmer. That's not tarot card reader. That's the wrong thing, Ivan. This is why he's high.
Sorry.
He's waiting for that to like happen and like the Pop Tart to raise up off the ground and like.
Consult your automatically transforming Optimus Prime toy.
Yeah.
So the guy
Autobots?
goes to a tarot card reader.
Autobots roll out and shoot Ivan with the capture packets. Got it. Let's see. So White Sox closer Liam Hendriks has a theory on what's playing the clubs, and it's underwhelming 4 and 5 star. By the way, let's stop there for a second. There's a lot of people who seem to be like panicking about baseball teams.
We're 9 games in.
Yeah, thank you. It's 162 damn games. You're only 9. It's 9 damn games. And people are like acting like the season's over. It's like the end of the world. 9 damn games. I mean, we haven't even finished a month of games yet, and you're already acting like. I mean, and it's not like they went like they're like. It's not like they're 2-7 or 3-6 or 1-9.
Yeah,
they're 4-5. It's like 500. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my God, the season's there. The poor record. Oh my God, it's 9 damn games and they're at like almost 500. Really? I mean, I understand. It's like they're supposed to do better than that. It's 9 games. I have to do the math off the top of my head. So it's like 153 more games to go as of this article. So I mean, the truth is it's probably a little bit less than that when this gets aired.
Yeah, we're less than 2 weeks into the season.
It's like 9 games, and you're acting like it's the end of the world. I mean, it'd be one thing if you went, like I said, if you went like 1-8 or 2-7,
right?
That
might be,
yeah. Oh no,
considered a
then
slump.
I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's like that's problematic, especially if somebody gets off to a really hot start in your division. But 4 and 5, underwhelming.
Horrible.
Oh yeah, that we're doomed for sure. God forbid we can't make that up in another 153 games. Fuck.
Oh.
God, so fucking dumb.
So
you know what?
She consulted her tarot cards.
You know what? Those people have to be the same people who put ketchup on hot dogs. They have to be. They have to be ordered the same.
Well, now they can't because there's a ketchup shortage, so now they're panicking over the White Sox.
Well, that's why they're panicking. There you go. There's
me out to the ball game.
Now there's my insult that I need to use on Facebook. White Sox fans are the people who put ketchup on hot dogs. Want to watch a whole bunch of people get angry? There we go. I want to watch a whole bunch of White Sox fans get pissed. You take that back. Nope, not taking it back. Not taking it back at all. I mean, I don't
You're
understand.
guaranteed to get an irate fan.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I don't mean like a ceiling fan either. I mean, I don't even know what the problem is. It's not like they go to the games at Comiskey Park. It's not Comiskey Park. Garrett Ray Field, wherever the fuck it is. It's not like people go to the games anyway. Nobody goes to the game. They're always bitching about shit anyway.
I paid $100 to put a cardboard cutout of myself in the stands.
Well, no, I think they can go to games now.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna bitch and complain about the team going 4 and 5. I'm not even gonna go to games no more. It's not like there's anything left. There's only 153 to go.
Yeah, season's over pretty much.
Yeah, that means we gotta change the slogan. The Chicago White Sox, great seats still available. Go back to that old promotion: buy one row, get one free. That kind of thing. I mean, the truth is, the White Sox. I don't know if you guys are aware. The White Sox have had those dog day events where they allow you to bring your dog to the park. You realize why they allow that, right? You know why they allow that? Because people don't want to go. If they figure if dogs show up, then people will show up. People like dogs. People like dogs. Nobody likes the White Sox. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean,
shit.
I mean, as Les Grobstein once said, they're the smelly Sox because the White Sox stink. There you go. Anyway, according to Liam Hendriks, who has a theory. We're pressing a little too much, myself included in that," said Hendricks after he blew a save on the White Sox. He said, as you saw from yesterday, that wasn't the kind of outing I want to have in my first outing in a home White Sox uniform. It is what it is, and I have to be better. It's like we're trying a little too hard. We have to live up to expectations or exceed expectations of a high bar that we set for ourselves. So when everybody settles down into that monotonous rhythm we get used to as baseball players, we will end up fine. We have to have that. Where's the part about the freaking? Okay, enough of the baseball talk. Where is the thing about the tarot card reader? For his part, Hendricks has a unique way of staying positive and I'm blowing past the rest of it. Staying positive and getting his mind right when he encounters struggles. He has a tarot card reader, Ruby, share interpretations and wisdom for him. And he had such a discussion in the wake of his blown save. It's like reading a book and one little passage jumps out at you, Hendricks said. That is the work I do with Ruby. When certain things pop out at us, like the Pop Tart, at us that they go through our mind, when she reiterates to me things I've been focusing on, like putting too much pressure on myself or losing a certain mentality of confidence. That was not the case yesterday when guys. You get the idea. It's one thing that Ruby helps me with. Hendrick admitted that Ruby knows next to nothing about baseball, which is good because she's like for the rest of the White Sox fans. But she did previously predict that he would get at least a 3-year deal worth $50 million in free agency, and then he signed a 3-year deal with $54 million. Ruby was also the source for Hendricks to fire his previous agent. Ruby sounds like who you want to get. I need to talk to Ruby. Maybe she can get us paid.
Maybe Ruby can get a place on the field.
Forget that. Hey, Ruby, you want Hendricks to give Squares the Round Table money so they can fund their show. She calls the mound the Mount. That's hysterical. I want to see Ivan mount the mound, but we won't.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the idea. This gets to be weird. I mean, I'm just kind of laughing because there's always been crazy stuff in baseball like this, but this is pretty. Are they gonna take her on road trips too? Are we gonna now have They're gonna watch. She'll end up being like the mascot. She's gonna be like the mascot of the team, and all that stuff.
Kind of like Grandma of the cartoon Globetrotters.
They're gonna take her. It's gonna be like Jim McMahon when they had the acupuncturist and they wouldn't let him on the plane and all that other garbage and crazy stuff. I don't know. Watch, they'll make little if they start winning, they'll make little stuffed animals of her that they can put next to a motorized Optimus Prime and stuff like that.
Oh hell no. Wow.
I don't know. Anyway, so what's the other one, Mike? Well, I'm finding Sheik stuff.
Okay. Well, apparently an online gamer had infiltrated the White House press corps.
Oh, shit.
So four times in recent weeks, members of the White House
card reader?
No. Members of the White House press corps have relayed questions to Press Secretary Jen Psaki from someone claiming to be a fellow reporter who was not able to be there in the room due to the COVID protocols. Now, that colleague, who goes by the name Katie Montague, doesn't exist, at least not as an actual reporter. Since late last year, Montague has taken on the identity of a White House correspondent extraordinaire with a fictional outlet to boot called the White House News, shortened in emails to WHN. Montague started 2 real-life Twitter handles, which are followed by some top White House officials and journalists. Montague had filed Freedom of Information Act requests and obtained Psaki's personal financial disclosure form, along with the disclosure of at least one other official, the President's National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan. So in communications with confidence, Montague is posed as a member of the White House Correspondents Association, claiming to be a reporter for the Daily Mail, the British tabloid known for its gossipy coverage of celebrities and political figures. Montague also communicates regularly with top White House reporters and has had several exchanges with White House officials. But motivation aside, Montague's activity is a remarkable illustration of how the online landscape has opened up avenues for the mischievous-minded to infiltrate the top echelons of power. What's perhaps more remarkable is that he or she did it all without raising a solitary eyebrow until last Thursday. Exactly who the real Katie Montague is remains entirely unclear, and he or she refused to reveal much personal information. Acquaintances online suspect much of the biographical information to be untrue. They believe Montague's White House moonlighting began as something to boast about in the online global gaming platform called Roblox, which our users jokingly call themselves Legos. Within that platform is a role-playing group called NUSA, with a small n, where people across the world engage in a mock U.S. government exercise. At one point, Montague had adopted the role of Secretary of State, but resigned from that job after, as they recall, the NUSA president went to war with some UK, and I thought it was a pretty bad idea. So there's a level of sophistication on how Montague operates. The email addresses, there's this whole story, this goes on for a while. But she created false Twitter accounts and says that White House News was the news agency, but created some fun, and the accounts got attentions from insiders as she was working her way in, as the accounts gained traction. The new White House pool report account amassed more than 600 in a few weeks' time, including some who work in the administration, like Michael LaRosa, press secretary for Joe Biden, and Simone Sanders, a senior advisor and chief spokesperson for Vice President Kamala Harris. As the accounts gained traction, Montague tried his or her hand at proactive White House reporting, and inquired about becoming a pool reporter themselves, and pressed the Biden administration on applying for a day pass to have a colleague cover the White House in person. So Montague said that they never formally requested a pass, though the idea would have been cool. So this article goes on about how they worked their way in and just created like fake Twitter and LinkedIn profiles, and by last Friday, the more popular of the accounts set up on Twitter were suspended for mimicking the White House's color scheme and not disclosing that it had no affiliation with the U.S. government. So yeah, the jig was up. Up until,
or the Lego.
The Lego, the brick was up. It's because Roblox is it's almost like a blocky kind of Minecraft kind of game, but it's not associated with Lego. So would have been exceedingly unlikely to happen in the pre-COVID days, where all 49 briefing room seats were occupied rather than the 14 that are filled now, so reporters can be socially distant. So during the pandemic, it's become the norm for the pool reporter to ask a question or two from the press corps colleague as a courtesy. So they weren't actually in the room, but they were able to get questions to Jen Psaki, which is really crazy, man. Like, oh yeah, I'm from Knott's News, Channel 2, and what's
I reached out to my tarot card reader.
Yeah, what's Biden's opinion on the ketchup crisis shortage?
Well, will Biden be orchestrating an entire life-size version of Optimus Primes to take out other countries?
Yes. Weapons of war, yeah. We need voice-activated giant robots to turn into trucks.
Autobots roll out and destroy the Middle East.
That's right. No blood for oil, but we'll get some ketchup packets still out of it, too.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. She could be interesting this week because it is WrestleMania week, so we'll see if we can...
Yes, let's see what Iron Sheik's tweets of the week have in store for us this week.
Yes, let's see what he's got. So this one is Secret to My Success, I Don't Give a Fuck. Let's see. I may have to take a look at this. There's apparently a roast of Hulk Hogan. Now, is Sheik in this? No.
I would presume. You'd think.
No, he's not. He's not. This is a bunch of stupid fans. Sheik says, "Innovator, go fuck yourself." Well, there's that. I have seen fire. I have seen rain. I see sunny days where I thought you could go fuck yourself. Looking for a good time, call 1-800-GO fuck yourself. I have. That's not a good number.
It's not the number to Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
So there's a picture of Hogan in a pirate outfit, which is hysterical. Fuck Hulk Hogan. He looks like a dumb pirate son of a bitch, and he does. Okay. By virtue of my opinion on Twitter, y'all can go fuck yourself. Let's see. Is this not the face of a jabroni? What is it? What is Bubba? And again, more of Hulk Hogan. In far proximity, go fuck yourself. He says Roman Reigns. He liked Roman Reigns' performance. He liked Rhea Ripley's performance. I am the real pirate, not that jabroni Hulk Hogan. Yes. So Hulk Hogan was wearing a pirate outfit for most of the event yesterday, or on Sunday. There's Bovada asked Sheik who his favorite legend was, and I beat the fuck out of all these jabronis, is his comment. Let's see. He says he's the legend of Earth. Then, now, forever. So this is based on. So the WWE has this mantra: now, then, now, forever. WWE. Then, now, forever. Hulk Hogan, go fuck yourself. By the way, Bad Bunny, who's the Grammy artist, the recording artist, was in a match at WrestleMania. My understanding is he did well. He did quite well. Let's see. Which game better, Black Ops 3 or Hulk Hogan have mosquito balls 4? Sheik's claiming I bet $10 million, Bovada official, that I can still put Jabroni Hulk Hogan in a camel clutch and make him humble, easy money Bubba. A new study shows if you piss me off anytime during WrestleMania, I will beat the fuck out of you, you dumb son of a bitch. That makes sense. I will not piss off Sheik in the middle of WrestleMania. That is a bad idea. I beat the fuck out of Hot Sauce. Yeah, he's talking about Hulk Hogan, the jabroniest of the jabroni. Yeah, so Hogan was one of the guest hosts of the whole WrestleMania weekend. So he's got a lot on Hogan. I mean, so I guess Bovada was putting out tweets during WrestleMania. There's a picture of Hulk Hogan, and they said, "Who is this? Wrong answers only." And she says, "An excellent." She says, "An excellent wrestler, not the world's biggest jabroni, and for sure not a low-life son of a bitch."
Hashtag WrestleMania, yeah.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, she talking. It's like funny there's about betting Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley, and Sheik's comment is smart money. I urge Sheik to beat the fuck out of both of them, Bubba. Let's see. Yeah, he's so there's a lot this week, obviously, because it's run like an antelope, you dumb son of a bitch. Let's see. We didn't talk about the fact that DMX passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, DMX.
Yeah,
X gonna give it to you.
Holy crap! Yeah, oof.
And
50. Wow.
Only 50. Wow, 50 is pretty old.
Get closer to that.
Cough.
I don't want to talk about that no more.
Cough.
Wait, I think this is a good one to end on. Hello, Spice Girls. If you ever want to be my lover, you got to go fuck yourself.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think that's a good place to. A good place to end. So yeah, there's a lot here. If you're looking Iron Sheik on Twitter, the Iron Sheik. There's some good stuff from WrestleMania week, and needless to say, because Hogan was one of the co-hosts for the show. He's got a lot on Hogan, and more than usual this past week. So some funny stuff. By the way, FYI, supposedly Hogan got booed
When he was on stage.
at WrestleMania. Supposedly it wasn't like all the crowd, but there was enough of a loud booing from some of the crowd members. In fairness, he's everything that went down with that videotape and all that stuff.
Yeah, and there was that taped phone call where he dropped a couple of racial slurs. So.
Yeah, that's the big one. That's the one.
Just all these stories, all these aged wrestlers coming out, and all the shenanigans that he pulled with Vince McMahon about undercutting the other wrestlers.
Well, yeah, there's that,
yeah.
But and it's funny because I really do believe that Hogan would like to get one more match in, and it's like. I think we're past that point with him.
Yeah,
I really do. I think he I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only thing you could do, the only way you could do it, and in fairness, what you'd have to do is you'd practically have to carry him in a match. It'd have to be a situation where literally it was like, where it was like a 6-man tag, where it was like, where it was 2 people and Hogan versus 3 bad guys.
Right, and if someone's down and someone gets beat up, and then they tag him in just to make the pin. Right.
Well, no, you can get him like basically where he comes out like you hit the hot tag to Hogan.
Yeah.
And let him do his whole Hulk up thing. Let him beat the crap out of everybody and go to town and go to Broadway and end the match that way. I mean, I
think you're right. That time has passed.
Yeah, I don't know how you would. That's the only thing I can think of.
Aren't they still making? I think wasn't Chris Hemsworth gonna be Hulk Hogan in a biopic?
I think
Didn't we talk about that about a year ago?
Yeah, that may still be happening.
Yeah,
and I haven't heard much about it because I think it's a Netflix project, and I haven't heard much about it.
Alrighty, so follow the Iron Sheik, the _ Iron Sheik on Twitter, please, if you're on Twitter, and also follow us at SOTRT Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe. You don't want to get new content. Follow us on Facebook for all these crazy stories and our usual show, where we have more nerdy stuff and we talk about whatever's going on in our lives and how high Ivan is on Squares Round Table. Download the show on the usual podcast platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, and follow Ivan on Twitch.tv at Java and Ivan. Jeff is on Steinamite Productions on YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. And he's on Clubhouse. You can find him there.
And follow Mike at the Ace Hardware.
That's right. We'll be slinging shit.
With the friendly hardware folks.
Friendly, helpful, something like that. I don't know.
Hey, you were helpful this past week. I had some serious wasps flying around outside the balcony. That was
Yeah, they're already. Well, you get that first day over 70, and they start to get a little stubborn. So.
Oh no, they were beyond stubborn. Apparently, there might have been a nest around here, so they actually brought out a real exterminator. Thank God. But
good.
I was like, yeah, you missed it, Ivan. I'm like shooting.
He's
Mike
texting
a note.
me.
Like,
Yeah,
Who do I know? Who do I know that knows it? Like Mike. Mike would know about
you send the Iron Sheik to camel clutch the nest. Make it
humble. Damn right. Yeah.
All right. Send us an email, sotrtpodcast@gmail.com. Take it easy, man. Everybody, have a good weekend.
Hey, have a great weekend. Take care now.
Have some Pop Tarts.
Yeah, man.
And some weed.
Decepticons, roll out.
Get Ivan some ketchup.